Friends, in the world of fifth-generation fighter jets, the stealth feature is considered the most important quality, allowing a fighter jet to enter enemy airspace undetected and strike accurately without being detected by advanced radar systems. In the world of fifth-generation aircraft, the fighter jet that has made a new entry and surprised the world is China's J-35, which was primarily designed for carrier operations but is now also available in a land version. Whenever any country in the world builds a fifth-generation fighter jet, analysts always compare it with America's F-35, even if these two fighter jets have never faced each other. But this time, it is going to happen that China's J-35 and J-20 will come face to face with America's F-35, especially the J-35, because if India acquires America's F-35, which is highly likely, then, on the other hand, Pakistan has already made a deal for China's J-35. In such a scenario, these two fighter jets will face each other not just once but several times in the future. Interestingly, America also claims that many technologies used in China's J-35 are copied from theirs, and the J-35 is quite similar to America's F-35. Friends, if you are thinking that Chinese technology and American technology cannot be compared, you should definitely look at it from America's perspective, where a magnet for the F-35's engine has been made in China. The stealth technology of the J-35 is similar to America's F-35, and in some areas, it might even surpass it. So let's take a look at these two fifth-generation fighter jets. In my view, many elements of the J-35 resemble America's F-35, especially in its shape and external features. In terms of low observability, this fighter jet will seem like America's own F-35 to you. China's J-35 is built with angular surfaces, meaning its body is based on sharply angled surfaces, which is also referred to as a faceted surface. This is done to reduce the radar cross-section, which allows it to evade enemy radar systems. Additionally, an internal weapon system is included to avoid detection by enemy radar, meaning the fighter jet's weapons are not visible externally. Radar. If the fighter jet's weapons are mounted on the wings or hardpoints externally, it increases the radar cross-section. When the radar cross-section increases, it results in the fighter jet appearing more frequently on enemy radar. The same technique is used in the F-35. The F-35 is designed with a focus on minimizing the radar cross-section across a wide range of radar frequencies. Along with the flight surface, radar absorbent material is also used, which is referred to as its surface and its. The material disperses the radar waves. The F-35 has been extremely effective in reducing its radar cross-section. In some configurations, it is reported to be reduced to as low as 0.001 square meters, making it very difficult to detect even by the most advanced long-range radar systems. In contrast, the J-35, which was recently developed by China, is also somewhat shrouded in secrecy, but it is believed to use advanced radar-absorbing materials and stealth geometry similar to the F-35. However, it is thought that China's J-35, with its two engines and more compact and heavier frame, results in a larger radar cross-section compared to the American F-35. That is, if the radar cross-section of the F-35 is the size of a ball, then the radar cross-section of the J-35 will be slightly larger, which is attributed to its two engines. However, it will still remain undetectable on radar, and it can also use different combinations of RAM, radar absorbent material, to keep the radar cross-section of the J-35 low. However, estimating a larger radar cross-section compared to the F-35 is still just speculation. Until the full details of this jet are available, another important aspect of its stealth is its infrared signature. Because modern IR sensors are detecting fighter jets at the moment when a modern fails to catch it. IR signature or infrared signature are the waves that emanate from any object. These emitted waves are due to the temperature of the object. Every living or non-living thing emits rays due to its temperature, which can be detected by sensors, and in any fighter jet, its engine is the largest heat source, emitting rays. The hallmark of fifth-generation technology is to design such a large heat source in a way that even the enemy's IR sensors fail to detect it. The American F-35 features a diverterless supersonic inlet and stealth technology, is using a special coating that disperses the engine's heat and reduces the heat signature. As a result, the IR signature is also minimized. Kya? On the other hand, China's J-20 has two engines which naturally produce more infrared than a single engine. For this, China is using a diverterless supersonic inlet. It is also said that China is working to reduce its heat signature. Is also using techniques that are employed in Russia's Su-57 and America's F-22 Raptor. China has developed two variants of the J-20, one naval variant and the other a land variant. The naval variant is designed for carrier-based operations. The stealth characteristics of the naval variant of the J-20 are affected because it faces additional challenges, as carrier-based fighters need to take off and land quickly in contested areas like Taiwan, for which they fly at low altitudes. At these altitudes, they encounter land-based radar systems, which affects their stealth. Apart from stealth, if we talk about the maximum speed of both, at high altitudes, America's F-35 has a speed of Mach 1.6, while its speed at sea level is Mach 1.06. If we talk about China, the speed of China's J-35 at high altitude is Mach 1.8 and at sea level is Mach 1.14. This means that in both stages, it is slightly more than America's F-35. And if we talk about combat range, in a combat situation, the combat range of the F-35 is 1240 kilometers. In combat range, the jet does not use external fuel tanks in its payload. It relies on internal fuel tanks and enters the field with maximum weapons, and the speed is also higher. In such a case, fuel consumption is also higher, which reduces the fighter jet's combat range compared to its normal range. The normal range of the F-35 is 2800 kilometers, while the combat range of China's J-35 is almost equal to America's F-35, which is 1250 kilometers, and in normal range, it is far behind. Its normal range is 2000 kilometers. The service ceiling of the J-35 is 52,000 feet, meaning it can go up to this height, while the service ceiling of America's F-35 is 50,000 feet. This is also almost equal. If we talk about the limits of these fighter jets, in terms of limits, China's J-35 is somewhat better than America's F-35. Limits are the boundaries set based on the design and reputation of any aircraft, which indicate how much or how little G-force it can withstand. G-force is the force felt due to gravity. The limits of these aircraft ensure that the aircraft and its pilot can operate safely, even if they are performing extreme maneuvers. G-force is a measure that indicates how much force something is experiencing under the effects of gravity. In normal conditions, the force we feel is called G1, which is due to the shape of the Earth's gravity. When an aircraft turns, climbs, or descends rapidly, additional G-force is applied to the pilot and the aircraft. G-force is divided into two types, positive G-force and negative G-force. When the aircraft moves or turns rapidly upwards, positive G-force is applied to the pilot. This means the pilot feels pressure on the seat, and when the aircraft moves rapidly downwards or turns upside down, negative G-force is applied to the pilot. This means the pilot is pulled upwards from the seat. Limits are extremely important for the reputation of the aircraft, the health of the pilot, and the protection of the aircraft's systems. If the aircraft exceeds the limit, it can have serious consequences, such as damage to the aircraft's wings or structure, the pilot losing consciousness, and the failure of the aircraft's systems. And if we talk about the armament of these aircraft, the J-35 has 6 internal hardpoints for armament. This means it can carry 6 different types of weapons in its weapon bay. Additionally, it can carry 6 different types of weapons on its wings, including air-to-air missiles, air-to-ground missiles, and bombs. The J-35 does not have any guns, while America's F-35 has a 25mm rotary cannon. The J-35 is built on the basis that beyond visual range missiles have arrived. Now there is no era of dogfights. However, I believe that one should be prepared for any situation. This jet should have had a gun. If we talk about the hot points of America's F-35, how many hot points are in its weapon bay? It has 4 hot points. This means it can carry fewer weapons in its weapon bay compared to China's J-35. This means where America has the advantage of a gun, it faces a shortage of 2 hot points here. China has also replaced the gun with its long-range missile PL-15. America's F-35 can carry 6 weapons on its wings. Friends, China's F-35 currently has another major advantage over America's F-35, which is the air-to-air, long-range or beyond visual range missile. The long-range air-to-air missile used in the J-35 is the PL-15, which has a range of 200 to 300 kilometers and a speed of Mach 5 plus, while the long-range missile used in America's F-35 has a maximum range of 180 kilometers, which is the AIM-120. Yes, America has recently developed a long-range missile, which is the AIM-260, which America is now integrating into it, and its range is also not more than 200 kilometers. But the speed is up to Mach 5, so these two fighter jets are competitors to each other. And as global powers have always done, they will never fight directly with each other, but will certainly fight through their proxies, as everyone knows about the enmity between Russia and America. But these two countries have never come face to face. Although they share borders, they have never made the mistake of fighting each other directly, and they will not. They are very wise and will always choose others' lands to test their weapons, as was the Soviet-Afghan War, as was the Vietnam War, as is the Ukraine-Russia War. These wars are less about natives and more about America and Russia. So because now China has also been added to America's enemies, now these two countries will give their best fighter jets to their respective proxies, i.e. Pakistan and India, who will fight each other. That's what I think. What do you think? Do let me know in the comment section. I'll see you with a new and interesting video. Until then, allow